Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui in mulieribus.
It has now been just about 3 weeks since our last Morning of Mercy on March 1st, where we had the chance to be with our brothers and our sisters on a chilly but a beautiful day to bring them some of the things that they need. Food and clothing, some hot chocolate, hot soup, first aid supplies, little flashlights, those things. And you know what? The next Morning of Mercy is not too far away. It's going to be barely 2 weeks from now, for another chance for us to be with our brothers and our sisters and promote the message of divine mercy. And if you are not familiar with what is the Morning of Mercy and of what is this work, it's probably because you're not on our email list. And I urge you to get on the email list, to go to the website, which is going to be right on the link here. Online. You can also click on it in the description. It'll go right to where you can sign up and to continue to learn more about what we are doing each month. And obviously we hope to do more in the future. So I urge you to get on there. Of course, I also want you to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, make sure you're getting these videos, go to our Instagram page, all of those things. Stay in contact with us. All right. So again, it's been about 3 weeks since our last Morning of Mercy, and the next one is coming up. And one question that I've had to think about is, this last time we had about 10 people, and those 10 people seem to all have a station, have something to do, whether it was handing out the soup, ladling up the soup, whether it was the hot chocolate station, the sandwich station, the clothes, the first aid supplies. We had enough things to do. But what if in the future somebody comes and they don't have something to do, that everybody has their station and there's still more disciples that wanted to do something, and they get discouraged, and then they were like, I gave my time, I wanted to be here, I was excited, and now I didn't get to do something. I wouldn't want people to be discouraged, and especially if it was a situation where they don't come back. How do we fix that problem? How do we address that problem so we don't have that happen to our disciples who want to help? There's two ways that we can really address that question. The first one is make more things to do. Bring more things for our brothers and our sisters on the streets so they can have more love, more mercy in those very physical and temporal needs that they need. St. Vincent de Paul, he said many things, but one of the most often quoted things that he said is, love is inventive to infinity. And so often for us today, we think about that of how can we invent new ways of showing love to our brothers and our sisters. For those who are homeless, could it be hand washing stations that we're able to help them so they can wash their hands before they have that meal? Could we have a way that we could set up tables, bring those tables out, bring chairs out, a tent, so they could actually have somewhere to sit and eat that meal that we are giving them and not just have to go back to their tents? Which we're going to come back to that, because that provides us an opportunity to talk with them more and to interact with them more. And that can be something to do for our brothers and our sisters. But as far as that quote, love is inventive to infinity, St. Vincent de Paul, he actually quoted that in 1645 in his exhortation to a dying brother. According to the Congregation of the Mission, which is the order that he founded, they say, in this, Vincent described the Eucharist as a demonstration of the infinite inventiveness of love that Jesus had for his followers. He noted that Jesus foresaw the possibility that, over time, the enthusiasm of his disciples might lessen, or they might even forget his affection for them. Therefore, Vincent suggests Jesus, quote, wanted to avoid this danger by instituting the most august sacrament, in which he is as truly and substantially present as he is in heaven above, unquote. So again, love is inventive to infinity. We can do that today by creating more ways to show love to our brothers and our sisters around the streets. But we talked about just being able to talk with them. Our simple presence is something to do for our brothers and sisters, even if it's not physically ladling soup or handing out first aid supplies. And that is going to be so important. We can be there to offer our prayers. It's one thing for us to offer our prayers from our churches and from our homes, where we are certainly praying for our homeless brothers and sisters. It is even a more beautiful prayer when we can say, Lord, please bless that person that I'm looking at. Please bless Jim, who I was just talking to, in his struggles, in his stories. We can offer those prayers so much more actively when we are there with our brothers and our sisters on the streets, and that's an important thing to do. We also need to know that our simple presence, our deciding to be there on a Saturday morning instead of sleeping in, instead of going to a Saturday brunch, instead of going to shop until you drop on Saturday, instead of going to a sporting event, we decided our little part in the sanctification of the world, or our little part of the world, that was more important than doing all of those things that we could have done for ourselves. It was more important for us, in effect, to be with Jesus than to go to the sporting event or all of those things that, yes, there are times we need to do those things too, or can do those things. But this time, this Saturday, this was important. That is something that you are getting to do for our brothers and our sisters when you go out on the streets. It is, the giving of mercy in so many ways as we were commanded to by the Lord. And it is our opportunity to have that relational ministry with our brothers and our sisters. Jesus did that so many times when we read in the Gospels of how he just interacted with us, with those of us who needed help. We can think about the lepers that he healed, of which not only did he talk with them personally, he even reached out and touched them, he touched the untouchable and made them know that they were real people, that they were loved, that they were valued. He did that with the adulterous woman, who we believe to be St. Mary Magdalene, when he looked at her and touched her and said, go and sin no more. He acknowledged her as a real person loved by God. We can look at that in the Transfiguration with Peter, James, and John, when they were hearing from the Father, "This is my beloved Son, listen to him." And here they are, just bowed down, fearful, terrified. And what does Jesus do? He comes up to them, he touches them and talks with them and says, "Do not be afraid." The relational ministry, that is so important. That is one more thing that we can do, even if it doesn't seem like it's something physical. It's probably the more important thing that we can do. So, my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ and disciples and friends who want to help the homeless, don't be afraid to go out. Even if you don't have a station to ladle soup or hand out clothes, you are doing something important by being there. Please come out. Please continue to help us and support us and be with us. That is what's going to be so important. And by the way, the next time you come out, we'll try to make sure that you have a chance to ladle some soup or some mac and cheese or something along those lines. Take care. God bless, and continue to do everything you can to promote the message of divine mercy to everyone in the world, including our homeless brothers and sisters on the streets. If you have listened this far, I'm hoping that you'll listen just a bit more. The funds that we receive to do all of the work that we do out on the streets towards building a house of hospitality or raising the funds for that all comes from private sources. We don't accept any public funds and have no intention of doing so in the future. If you'd like to learn more about why that is, you can check out a video that'll be on this channel. In the meantime, while I know there are many good and worthy places that you can do financial donations, do your almsgiving, if you feel called to donate to this one, there are certainly ways that you can do so. You can do a one-time donation through our website or by contacting us. You can also set up a monthly donation that helps us build that ongoing income to be able to pay our bills in the long term, to make sure that we can continue our work and can continue to grow our work to reach out to our brothers and sisters on the streets, and in so doing proclaim the message of divine mercy. Please take a look at information either on the website or through links on the description so that you can learn more and how you can financially support us and help us along with your prayers. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care.